this college. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Deepa Josh Madam, Vice Principal and Vice President of IAC. Welcome, Madam. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Preeja E. Pillai, Professor and HOD and NIRF Coordinator of IAC. Welcome, ma'am. As we know that today we are gathered here to celebrate the National Education Day 2021. So the National Education Day is celebrated every year in November 11 to commemorate the birthday anniversary of Indian first Education Minister Abdul Kalam Azad. He served the nation between 1947 to 1958, the first education minister during the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru government. He was a reformer, freedom fighter, scholar and eminent educationalist who has committed to build the nation through education. Education Ministry today, as now is the Ministry of Education, started celebrating this day from 2008 onwards. On occasion of this, today we have arranged a seminar on National Education Policy 2020. So, I would like to welcome Dr. Padmanabhan Sir, Principal and IAC Chairman, to talk a few words. Sir, please.
So I'm not going to take a big lecture or something else. A warm good morning to one and all, and my colleagues are over here. So this day is, what Karthikeyan said is that this day is commemorated to celebrate the birth anniversary of Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. So what I'm trying to convey as a message on today is, what's the main purpose of education? What is the purpose, what is the objectives of education? In general perspective, if I say, it is to educate the entire society. We need to educate the entire society and socializing the people into the smoother manner with harmony, with national integrity. These three phenomena are clubbed together in the word of education. This is my own interpretation. The second point, the total education is broadly classified as a formal education, informal education, and we can say non-formal education. At your schooling time, in your college time, what the education that we are imparting, that we are learning, that is comes in the face of formal education. Informal education means after your graduations, if you are going to build up any kind of area specific, maybe arts or science and other areas, so informal. And non-formal is experience-based educations. That's why now this new education policy 2020 has derived in the mechanism at the schooling level. They change the tenure time period on the basis of the subjects they can be able to select when they come to 9th class. Even 11th and 10th class also objectives are there. Subject selections are there. When you come to the graduations also, they say the pre-degree and post-degree and the main degree. It is not necessarily 4 years you have to study and complete the graduation, go for a job. You can stop at third year, for example, you may get the pre-degree. For that, some kind of experience you may require and you get the job. So that kind of relaxation is being provided by the new education policy. And there are certain added-on you can take the responsibility. So that kind of relaxations have been made in the new education system of policy. I think that this is going to be a talk for the young generation. There is a saying, I don't know the person's name, but still I don't remember, which I come across this quote. If anybody wants to spoil any nation, master education, collapse education, and the country will go down. No missile, no kind of war is required. Spoil education. Now you see what is the importance of education. The education what we have, that is more important. So any nations without the good proper modality of education, that nation will not come out. This is the message I thought to convey on this today. And I just read out the principles of that education policy. Each word is going into my heart and says how much they thought to make this policy, on almost 69 pages, right? Almost 69 pages. Everyone should go through that policy and you come to know what the drastic changes is going to happen in future generation. They say the purpose of education system is to develop good human beings. First line itself they mentioned is to good human beings, possessing compassion, empathy, courage, scientific temper, creative imagination, and sound ethical morals and values, which is envisaged in this constitution. So, it is not only on the paper-based degree that we got it, we become a graduate, we get a job. That is not going to work out anymore in future. Because in this 21st century, you are fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. Previously, the education system is not that much stringent. Relax the people study, they go job and they do well. Develop your skill, your aptitude in a multidisciplinary aspect. You should have a lifelong learning thirst. Otherwise, it's very difficult to sustain in the market, I mean in a professional market or in a job. To make you orient, to make you to understand, to aware about the new education policy. And our professor, eminent professor is here. Dr. Prija will be delivering a wonderful talk on this new education policy 2020 on this great occasion. Thank you very much and use this platform and listen carefully. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Deepa Josmana, Dr. Deepa.
Good morning, Prananda. Anyway, Dr. Karthikeyan and Dr. Padmanabhan, they had given an elaborate discussion about what is going to happen today. I think you got the class on entrepreneurship by Dr. Felsno? No. So you may not be knowing about this IAC, no? Institution Innovation Council. It is established in our college. As part of it, we have to conduct a series of programs, and under the leadership of our Dr. Karthikeyan, it is functioning very energetically, and they are organizing a multiple number of programs. So it is all for the benefit of students. So it is a government initiative, and government is organizing such things only for the benefit of the students. You are the young people, and you are going to build the nation. As Sir told, if education is disturbed and destroyed, everything, the nation's growth will be destroyed. So in order to strengthen you in all your aspects, so that you can develop a bright future and career, and ultimately in order to enable you to for a quality life, you must get enough support from all the fields. So the IAC, by the instruction of the IAC and under the leadership of the IAC team members of our college, many programs are organized, and definitely you will get resource persons from outside, but we do have a lot of resource persons in our college. And we know that Dr. Prija, she was the principal of KVM College for 8 years, and she has a good background, and she is a very highly informative person. She knows, she has too much knowledge with her. She will be sharing a lot of things regarding this education policy with you, and try to get maximum benefit out of it. Thank you.
I'm just remembering the words of Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon. We can change the world. Okay, so with these words, now I would like to invite Dr. Prija to deliver a talk on National Education Policy 2020. Because as we know that, I think you may be aware about this National Education Policy is implemented last year. Now we are celebrating the first year, 1 year of this. And I think our government target to implement this by 2030 onwards will be implemented. So as a part of this, just now I invite Prija ma'am to deliver the talk.
Good morning, all of you, respected principal, respected colleagues, my dear students. So today I am going to give an orientation session on National Education Policy as a part of National Education Day 2021. And today's theme is revitalize, rediscover, recover and revitalize education for COVID-19 generation. So all of us know that up to March 20th March 2019, all the knowledge providers, including us, we were using only the conventional modalities for the teaching. But from 21st March 2019 onwards, we ourselves equipped with the technology, we ourselves accepted the virtual platform for teaching as well as learning process. So COVID-19, it's a COVID-19 pandemic. It has been made a wake-up call to make the education system more resilient and more inclusive, flexible and sustainable, and also which gave a good thinking or which gave a capacity for our educational system to innovate new things and to expand the learning possibilities. So based on that, nowadays all the teaching training institutions, they adapted alternative approaches in line with the COVID-19, and we opted decongestion of classrooms and we migrated to virtual learning. So into our topic, actually right now we have a lot of schemes and the systems are available in India for improving the quality of education. So there are so many schemes, there are so many policies are already available or established in India, but still that is not sufficient to make a high quality education. It's an integral scheme. It is for the school education. It is a centrally sponsored scheme, which is the schemes. One scheme is RUSA. RUSA means Rashtriya Uchaja Shiksha Abhiyan. And there are, apart from that, there are so many schemes such as SPARK, that is Scheme for Promotion of Academic and Research Collaboration, then GYAN, then Imprint, TechQuick, then Swayam, Impress, then utter ranking of institutions on innovation achievements, then NIRF. These are the different schemes available. Right now it is in force, these are existing. So for fulfilling or for bridging the gap between the existing system and the proposed one, there is one new policy, it is implemented, and that is the new policy implemented in that is the first policy implemented in 21st century. Okay, so National Education Policy, it is passed on 29th July 2020. Actually, it is drafted by a panel. Panel includes academicians, researchers as well as the scientists. But that panel is headed by Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan. He was the former chairman of ISRO up to 2004. And currently he is holding the Chancellor post of Central University of Rajasthan. There are so many summative assessments are included. So instead of summative assessments, formative assessments has to be incorporated in this policy. Next is extensive use of technology for learning as well as for language as well as for research. These are the main policies or the main principles of the National Education Policy 2020, and this policy also includes respect of diversity and respect of local context in all curriculum, pedagogy, and always this will make a synergy in curriculum across all the levels of education, from early childhood care till the higher education. and always there is the working will be light, but it should be tight regulation by single regulator for higher education, and also ensure increased access to all the learners and equity and inclusion, irrespective of socio-economic background. That is the main ambition of this policy. So for this, consolidation is required, and also institutional restructuring is required. So first thing is, all the higher educational institute aim to become multidisciplinary institution, and all higher educational institutes should ready to enroll more than 3,000 students. Okay, so starting multidisciplinary education, and they have to accept, or they have to increase the enrollment capacity, and they will have to aim the 3,000 or more students in their college. So this will be, and then starting higher education institute in every district, that is also one of the aim of this policy. And by starting higher educational institutes in every district, we can increase the enrollment ratio of following a uniform syllabus as well as uniform system in the school education. Actually, in Arunachal Pradesh, they are following only CBSE syllabus. Actually, in Kerala, there are different syllabus. There is SSA, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, then CBSE, ICSE. So many syllabus are there. But in Arunachal Pradesh, it is the decision of that government. They are following only one syllabus, that is CBSE in English. Their medium of instruction is English. So already it is started. If the national education policy, if it is implemented with the help of all the bodies, irrespective of any political party's interest or irrespective of any individual person's interest, if all the bodies, if all are working hard or all are working together, then definitely by 2040 we can implement this National Education Policy 2020 in all in India, and we can.
Education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. The gap between the current state of learning outcomes and what is required must be bridged through undertaking major reforms that bring the highest quality, integrity and equity into the system, from early childhood care and education to higher education. So a policy, that is National Education Policy, has been formulated by the Government of India to promote and regulate education in India. So it's a historic and ambitious document which in many ways radically different from all its predecessors and looks at our education requirement in a new way by implementing various programs and schemes like RUSA, SPARK, etc. So this instilled among the learners a deep-rooted pride in being Indian, not only in thought, also in intellect and deeds, as well as to develop knowledge, ethics, values and dispositions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable